We're going to talk about the creep problem within the YouTube community, within just fandom in general, pervasive in college campuses. This goes really deep. But let's talk about, first and foremost, how it's affecting the YouTube community, especially because you two were not here. Obviously, you weren't either when we talked about the Sam Pepper controversy. And we really dived into that. If you guys have not seen that video, please take a moment to watch that, because I feel like that we addressed some really important issues. And today I want to hear your guys' thoughts on Sam Pepper, as well as this master list that has come out, because I guess that it has been more of a problem than people realize, unless you're within that community. Perhaps you already know all about it. So here's some people on the list, and I'm not familiar with all of them, so if I say their name wrong, just let me know. There is Tom Milsom, Mike Lombardo, Alex Day, Ed Bland, Tom McLean, Josh Mikado, Kelly Montoyo, Danny Hooper, Alex Carpenter, Adam Roach, Luke Conard, Corey Vidal, Travis Newmeyer, Alex Odam, Gregory Jackson, Stephen Purcell, Brian Bubian, Harry Gilliant, Ricky Richards, Sam Pepper, Jason Neil Johnson, Destry Smith, King Russell. And these are people where there are a number of examples and complaints and anonymous video responses that have been posted saying that this happened to me, this happened to me, that happened to me, and people just trying to make it known and speak forward so this can not continue to go on. So you were really ingrained in the YouTube community.
Yes.
So were you aware of all this?
Yes. Wow. With some of them, yeah. It's actually really crazy to hear some names on there, people that I've worked with, and I really had no idea, and that sucks because my face is associated with some of these people. But also, I just want to say really quickly that you guys did such a great job talking about it.
Thank you.
And Shauna made some really great points about like just the YouTube community in general. It's so embarrassing. I mean, like, there are so many stupid things that we do on YouTube sometimes that make other industries take us less seriously, and this is just so like hurtful towards so many people just in general, not just women. I think we constantly forget that men are also victims of sexual assault all the time, and it is so hard for people to come forward about it. When I was sexually assaulted last year, it was super traumatic, and it stays with you. Like, I'm literally my restraining order against my next door neighbor is up in a couple weeks, and I'm like, I think about it every single day, and not a day goes by that I don't think about it, and it's awful. And so I know how hard it is, and also I know I'm taking up a lot of time, but I've had 2 instances with some of the people on the list that I would like to share because it's not okay. The first one being Sam Pepper.
Really?
I was on a shoot last year with him. We were doing the Black Box TV movie, and he was with 2 of his friends. I don't remember their names, but we were kind of talking to each other, and we both really didn't know what videos each of us did, and so we were just kind of getting to know each other. And he was friendly at first, but he's the type of guy where he will, like, craft services came and there was pizza, and one of the crew members took a piece of pizza, and Sam goes up and smacks it out of his hand, and he and his friends just start laughing.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. And he's just one of those people it's a manipulation tactic where someone does something awful and then they make you feel terrible about it. Like it was your fault that you were eating pizza, so I'm gonna laugh at you. So
disrespectful.
Just super disrespectful, right? And then we were shooting something, and he asked me to go down into this basement of this creepy old house with him and his 2 guy friends, and I was like, I'm good, I'm gonna stay up here. And he was like, come on, come on. And then he started calling me names, and I was like, yeah, fuck you. I told him to fuck himself, and I walked away. And then he comes back up, and he's just picking on me, and they're laughing at me. And then that night, I got a tweet from him. He had found me on Twitter somehow, and he sent me this tweet saying, oh, I know what kind of videos you make. You're like a reply girl, except you don't do reply videos, which is a really stupid, that doesn't even make sense, and it's a really stupid thing to say.
It's just more bullying, essentially.
It's bullying. I didn't respond to him, but I had a bunch of his fans attack me from it. And I'm like, why do these kids just jump all over? Like, they don't know the full story of what these people are saying. They just cling to these people, and they don't know. And another instance is with Alex Day. This is terrible because I was at VidCon a few years ago and I was hanging out with a bunch of younger girls and we were walking and Alex Day comes up to us and he's like, hey, I'm shooting a music video up in my hotel room. You guys are more than welcome to come. And I was like, oh, no thanks. And he was like, come on, there'll be pizza, there'll be alcohol.
It's a sketchy van
alcohol.
Thank you. That's the white van in VidCon.
Seriously,
It's Alex Day's fucking hotel
he was like,
room.
there's gonna be alcohol. I'm like, these girls are like 12 years old. And he's like, yeah, but we don't have to tell their parents and this stuff like that. And I was like, what are you really shooting? And he's like, it's not really a video, it's just more of a party. And I was like,
oh,
no.
so let's dangle the carrot and trying to entice them by saying it's a music video.
Come be in one of my videos because I'm super popular.
But really, I'm just gonna have a party, get you guys wasted, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
thank you for sharing.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you for sharing.
You're welcome.
on the savannah, in ancient times before humans, and to this day among animals, there are ways that animals behave in order to coerce the ladies into doing it with them. Okay? On planet Earth, like that video series, it's like being the strongest or doing the best display of feathers. Flash forward to today, people who want to get some start doing videos on YouTube. And that's the way that they can convince people, because they can't do the person-to-person, sit-down, get-to-know-you thing. They need extra cachet. They need some other thing that people know them for ahead of time, so they don't have to do as much groundwork just to get some. The same corollary goes for teachers who use their position of power and influence to make up for their inability to just find someone they actually connect with on a personal level. And they use that to consciously, subconsciously, whatever, to influence these people, coerce them into doing it with them. And this is so sick. And the jump that you can make as a YouTuber without having to physically interact with anyone. You can do your videos, get billions of views. 3 weeks ago, whatever, a year ago, you didn't have to do it. People didn't know you at all. And the same you is now running into folks of all ages who are willing to like make out with you because they like that video you made about like hot pants.
Yep.
Well, and on top of that, I think this is what makes it most troubling, is the fact that because we love these people because we identify certain characteristics of ourselves with them. Like other celebrities, like we don't necessarily like relate to them on so many levels, but that's why we love YouTube celebrities. And so that's what I think is the most troubling, is like we find and latch onto these people and connect with them, and then they abuse the power. And that's what's the sad part.
You're absolutely right. And I think what's so dangerous and alarming to me is when I was reading some of the comments from our previous video, which the majority of them were amazing and supportive and they get it. And then there were a few that were saying, come on, if you're a 14-year-old girl and you're dating a guy in college and you're both consensually having sex, what's the big deal? Okay, so let's address that right now. Okay. So when you're 13, 14, 15 years old, okay, and you are dating somebody that is an adult, first of all, you cannot willingly give consent because you are underage, and there's a reason for that. And I know that the age differs from state to state or country to country, but it's, you know, around 15, 16 years old. When you are, and there's plenty of studies out there, there's plenty of research that suggests, that supports rather, I should say, that when you are 13, 14, 15 years old and you're having sex with somebody that's an adult, that adult is, whether you're aware of it or not, as Brett so eloquently put forward, they are utilizing, whether it's their power position, whether it's because they're more mature and handsome or gorgeous if it's a female, whether it's because they're an authoritative figure like a teacher, whether it's because they're a YouTube star or a celebrity, they are using that as a form of manipulation and coercion to get you into bed with them. And yeah, you may think in your head that you're willing to do this, but the repercussions later on, based on research, show that it does damage you psychologically. Your brains aren't even fully developed. It damages you sometimes physically, it damages you emotionally. You are not equipped yet to make those decisions, but then it's even worse when there's an adult kind of making those decisions for you by using their influence. So please, you guys, don't. my whole point of bringing this up is don't go on the comment section and say it's okay because, oh, they had a crush on that guy or that girl. Don't say it's okay because you're only perpetuating it and making it normative. And that's the problem. It seems really pervasive, not only in the YouTube community, but within the celebrity community on college campuses, and we need to call it for what it is. It's wrong, it's statutory rape, it's predator shit, it's all kinds of things, and we cannot continue to excuse it.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, though, I mean, there are cases where both of you may be in love with each other, and that may be a very strong love, but at the same time, you have to look at who's in control of that relationship. Is it you? Is it him or her, or is it both of you guys together equally? And if it's not equally, then one person has more power over the other, and that can get dangerous and psychologically damaging, as you said.
And the adult is the one that has a brain that's fully developed and is in charge and should know better.
Right.
So you can't even compare a 25-year-old and a 15-year-old, even if they are in love. That 25-year-old should know better. I'm sorry.
What about, so here's another story.
I get it though. I get with what you're saying, but
There's a story breaking today of a kid, a young 16-year-old boy, who was having threesomes with 2 female teachers around the age of 24, one of which was his teacher. And I just think we should address, for me, there's that old Zach Galifianakis joke that was did you hear about the kid who was having sex with his hot older teacher?
Hot for teacher.
He died of high fives.
Yeah. I had heard that.
Now, in my mind, that resonates, and I'm like, oh my God, if I was 16, what was I doing with my life? I should have been hooking up with teachers.
Yeah.
That's in me. That thought is there. It's why wasn't, we had this hot attendance lady. She was awesome. I wish that happened. But why is there's that double standard for women? For me, it's if a male teacher at 24 is hooking up with a 17-year-old girl, that is so wrong.
But do you remember when this was?
But then you applaud.
I want to high five that kid. I'm so jealous.
But we had a really interesting.
Are girls? Wait, but quick. Are girls jealous of the girl who slept with the older teacher the same way I'm jealous of the 16-year-old boy?
Well, here's the thing, though. It really does affect the males, and believe me, we talk about this on Dr. Drew all the time, and we've had Mike Catherwood come on,
It
who
will never be as good.
who had situations like that, and we've had other people talk about their situations, and it caused them later on to become really hypersexual and distrust in their future relationships, which then could lead to drug addiction and a lot of different things. So just because at that moment, oh wow, the other people are saying, oh God, that guy is getting his kicks off with this hot older teacher, it does affect them.
Right, and it is totally natural to have that crush on the older teacher.
Or not teacher, or just
older
person.
That's natural. I mean, that's going to happen, and the way the rules are set up, it just implies that that is not the fault of the younger person. If you are in a position of power, whether you're a male or a female, regardless of who that person not in power is, you need to not move forward with any kind of sexual or physical relationship, or even an emotional one.
Yeah.
You need to also step back.
Definitely, because my sister was in a relationship. She started a relationship with a 25-year-old man when she was 16, and they were together for 5 years.
Right.
And it was fine, and my parents were fine with it. And my sister has always been emotionally just super,
rough, though, man.
10 years older emotionally, and she is just kind of aggressive and is I get what I want.
What a rough position for parents to be in that
really
situation.
It is, but at the end of the day, you have to kind of trust. If it's consensual, you have to trust.
I still want to punch this 25-year-old dude in the face.
It was in that case because they were both okay with it, and
I don't know.
I'm so in the middle about it.
There's
Trust me.
outliers to
Trust
everything.
me.
Of course,
But
I could be wrong because I think, remember back in the day, Mary Kay Letourneau with Billy Falau. This is when the teacher having sex with the student became really big in the 90s.
Yeah.
I think they're still together. And he was a super minor, really young.
Yeah.
Either way, that's just they're still together, and I'm glad they're happy.
Okay.
If I'm before they go through with their relationship, if I'm playing the numbers,
Thank you.
I just think it's in the best interest of them not to move forward with it.
Okay.
I'm not sure that equilibrium that they found, and who am I to judge? But even if they found an equilibrium, to me, I'm skeptical of it.
But it's not your relationship.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I think we need to take a step back and say that we are really proud of the girls that came forward and spoke up about this, because bringing it back to the YouTube thing, if they were in a consensual relationship, they can come forward and say that. But if not, I am so proud of them
They can't
for
give
coming
consent,
forward.
Though. That's still statutory rape, though, Bree. They can't. And they may
if they
not
were
realize
raped,
it.
if they were raped or assaulted, some. I'm not talking about the Sam Pepper. I'm talking about the relationships outside of YouTube that we were just talking about.
Oh, we're not talking about the YouTube
But
girls
now I'm
anymore?
going back to the
I know,
YouTube
but
girls
you're
and saying that I'm proud of them for
Yeah.
coming forward and speaking up for something that made them uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If you're sexually uncomfortable in any situation, it is not okay to be blamed, and it is not okay for the person to continue doing what they're doing. So to speak up and say something, I
Absolutely.
applaud them. And I applaud all the YouTubers, Lacey Green, Grace Helbig, John and Hank Green, for banning them from VidCon and from taking the videos down, and to just say, hey, this isn't okay. And I really liked Megan Tonjes's rude parody about Sam Pepper. It was amazing. You should check it out.
Yeah, no, please, everybody, just continue the conversation, the dialogue. Please, like Bree just stated, to feel confident if you've ever been a victim or if you've ever even felt uncomfortable with someone who's an adult, whether it's a YouTuber or a celebrity or your next door neighbor. You need to take a stance and don't be fearful of victim blaming. That's what sucks.
It sucks.
That's what fucking sucks. But the more that we are open about it and the more that you see that people are supportive, the more that we can crush that stigma, and hopefully we can one day not be a culture of victim blamers and slut shamers, and hopefully we can
Yes.
be
And
supportive people.
And if you're a person that is victim blaming or anything like that, just know, or if you're a person that's a victim, just know that there are some really big names behind you that support you, like Grace and John and Hank and Lacey. And it is totally not okay. Men too. Because Sam Pepper also did a video where a woman sexually assaulted the men, just to like flip the coin and say, well, here you go. Here's to make you guys less hateful
So
about it,
stupid.
which was so stupid. That's not okay either. And men should be allowed to speak up against it as well. Please don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
Last thoughts.
Well, and now that this is out there, people will have an awareness and not assume that these people, just because they have large followings, are any wiser than anyone else. They have a skill. And for a lot of people, like Grace and you and all the other people, that skill is really to identify with people and for the good. The other ones are literally sociopaths who use their ability to identify weakness in others or any kind of resonating factor in others to gain control, and that is a bad thing, and now you need to look out for it.
Yes.
And the only thing that if there is anything that is positive that's going forward in it, is that there's more outlets for people to talk about it and more people to connect with one another to know that it's not okay, where they feel that they're not the only ones that are being affected by this, that this is happening all over the place.
Yeah.
So if there is anything that's positive, it's that, you know.
Absolutely. Okay, please keep the conversation going, you guys, in our comment section below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys all next time on Pop.